Joining me now, Democratic Congresswoman Betty McCollum, who represents a district in Minnesota. Congresswoman, thanks so much for joining.
Thank you. I represent St. Paul, and it's a tragedy what happened in the twin city of ours in Minneapolis today. So to the family who no longer has a family member to join them at the dinner table, our condolences.
Yeah. And a mother of a 4-year-old, as we understand it now. Does the evidence, as you see it, these videos from multiple angles, show this to be a legal or illegal use of deadly force, in your view?
I have real strong concerns, and I've expressed them. I think this is an illegal use of force. From what I have witnessed in videos, I didn't see any of the ICE officers in immediate danger. From what I have watched with the way that all the ICE agents walked away from the situation, and I'm grateful no one else was injured, raises real concerns about shooting at a moving car, as your former guest just talked about, as well as an overuse of force. They escalated the situation, and they escalated even more by killing someone.
You heard the comments of the mayor of Minneapolis earlier saying that ICE is claiming to be making the city safer, but is in fact making it less safe. When you speak to your constituents, do they believe that these ICE raids, that this large ICE presence makes them safer or less safe?
I think people feel less safe in their communities. We have business owners in Minneapolis and St. Paul and other places around Minnesota that have employees that are afraid to come to work, even employees who are legal citizens, because they're afraid they could be grabbed and not be able to pick their kids up from school. There is real fear for many of my constituents and Minnesotans about the way ICE is conducting itself.
Mayor Frey has demanded ICE leave Minneapolis. Do you call on them to leave as well?
Well, in a statement earlier today, I asked Secretary Noem to cease and desist with ICE actions right now. We need to have an investigation. We need to let our local law enforcement work with the FBI to collect evidence. Everybody needs to take a time out. ICE agents need to learn how to de-escalate situations, and Secretary Noem shouldn't be just handed a press briefing without checking any of the facts, in my opinion, and saying what she said. So we need a timeout on this.
If there is no federal investigation or prosecution of this deadly shooting, should there be a state investigation or prosecution if the evidence warrants?
If Minnesota's allowed to do that, I trust that our Attorney General and our Governor will do that. We respect law enforcement in Minnesota, but we call out those bad actors, because when those people act in a way in which someone is murdered or seriously harmed and escalates the situation, that doesn't help the rest of our law enforcement community. It hurts them.
Senator Chris Murphy has noted that Congress will soon vote on funding for the Department of Homeland Security. Should Democrats vote against that funding until there is a full federal investigation?
Well, we'll see what happens. I'm a member of the Appropriations Committee. They're wrapping up those bills yet. I don't know that they're all finally agreed on in Homeland Security, and that's always a difficult bill to get passed off the floor. And I know people on my side of the aisle, Democrats, I'm a DFLer, we're going to be making sure that there's safeguards in there. And you know, these ICE agents that have been, signed up, they've done it for bonuses, for money. Their training's been cut short. They've cut back the standards. And once again, I just want to say, when this happens to law enforcement and the training isn't there, the high standards aren't put in place, and you have instances like this happen, it makes it more difficult and more dangerous for the public to trust all law enforcement. And I don't want to see that happen. So there needs to be accountability, there needs to be justice.
We're showing live pictures as you speak now, and to that point, you're seeing large numbers of protesters come out. You probably saw earlier some of those protesters throwing snowballs at law enforcement and ICE agents as they left the area. Governor Walz has called on, or at least raised the possibility of deploying the National Guard. Do you think that's a necessary step at this point to make sure that things don't get further out of hand?
Governor Walz did what he needed to do by putting the National Guard on standby. And that just lets the teachers, the doctors, the lawyers, the mechanics, the snowplow drivers that are also serving in our National Guard know that they might be called up. I trust our National Guard. Our National Guard has served us well in Minnesota. What we don't want is we do not want President Trump to decide to bring in another National Guard into Minnesota. We don't need that. We can take care of our own.
Congresswoman Betty McCollum, we do appreciate you taking the time to join us this evening.
Thank you.